another episode of GSOTV. I want to thank y'all for staying tuned live from Hard Press Studios. Shouts out to the viewers. Today we got a great episode coming up for y'all. Once again, y'all know here at GSOTV, we like to provide a platform for folks that's out here doing things in the community, for artists, for business people. You might be up here next. You. Hit us up, man. But today, I got a special guest with me. I'm not going to talk too much. I'm going to let him introduce himself. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
What's up, GSO TV? Coach Lynch is in the building, man. I'm the owner of AWOL Fitness downtown here in Greensboro. Man, I got a lot of stuff going on, man. Author, brand new book, Prison of Prosperity. It's actually my fourth book, but this is the one that's making the most noise right now. Prison of Prosperity actually dropped March 31st. We had Eric Thomas here at A&T right here in Greensboro. Man, we're just doing a lot of things, man. I'm a motivational speaker. I'm an author. I'm a supplement company owner. I'm a gym owner. We're just doing whatever we can do to help change the community, man. Help educate, motivate, and empower people to transform their mind and body so they can live the life of abundance. So somewhere along the way, you can get in where you fit in, and we be at you too.
Man, you are an extremally busy guy. You do a lot.
Hey, man, you got to make it happen. When you sit on the sideline for quite some time, when it's time to get in the game, you ain't trying to come out.
Right.
When you get in the game, you're gonna perform. You're gonna perform to your best of your ability, and when you're in there, you're gonna eat. I don't need no rest. I had enough rest.
I hear you on that.
So if you're in the same game as me and you're thinking about resting, if you think you're tired, I'm coming for something. So you better keep going.
Yeah. There it is. Well, it's definitely great to have you on the show. I appreciate
you for having me, brother.
Here's one of our flyers here. You can check out all the information there.
Oh yeah.
And like I said, here at GSO TV, man, we like to provide a platform for cats like yourself that come through, to the community, to the people, to the viewers, who you are, what you got going on. Some people might not, they might not have heard about you yet. I know you're everywhere doing everything.
It's all
you
good.
got a lot going on, but there might be a few out there that might not know who you are. So, you pretty much told us who you are. Now we met at an event put on by Lady Business.
Shout out to Lady Biz.
Yeah, salute to her. We gotta have her up here soon. And I was impressed. You did a speech there, and I was like, man, this guy is intense right here. You know what I'm saying? He's got a lot to say. He's got a lot of wisdom. I've gotta have him on the show. So, let's get a little bit deeper into who you are. I got the book here.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there it goes right there.
Prosperity.
That's what it is.
Right there. I've been reading it. I've been digging into it. About halfway through it right now.
Okay. All right.
But I must say, it's really had me. I've really been. What can I say? It's really motivational, very inspirational, and it's really got my mind just more focused than I've been in a while. And not to say that I've been losing focus, but this right here has got me back on point, and it's deep. I'm telling y'all, it's very deep. So give the people a little bit background information about the Prison to Prosperity, a little bit about your life and how you got into this point.
Okay, so Prison Prosperity is a play on words, but it's also a mirror of or a parallel to my life. Wherever you go, it's going to be something that you can bring with you. And I like to say that it's transferable. So through all my walks of life, I have brought them with me to this point, and now I'm able to share them with everyone else. Just so happens that 6 years ago, I walked out of the prison gates trying to rebuild my life and put myself back together. I moved to Greensboro only knowing my wife, and I had to basically build brand name, face recognition, follow a dream, and only have that one person to support me through all this stuff. So you figure, leaving out of the federal penitentiary or federal system, I didn't have much, but a dream, but a vision, and love. And if you really think about it, that's all you need in this world to be successful, man. If you stay focused. So you said something about, getting there's nothing wrong with getting refocused. I like to use focus as an acronym to say that you follow one course until successful. See, a lot of people like to scatter their energy, and they lose focus by taking that energy and not directing it in one straight line. So when you think of a laser beam, it's super powerful and it can disintegrate and blow up some stuff because the energy is focused all in one area. All right, and sometimes when we're not blowing stuff up, it's because our energy is scattered. And it weakens that laser. You understand what I'm saying? So now that you got some of the principles and got back on point, now you can blow some stuff up, you can crush some stuff. It makes sense? So prior to me, being in prison, I'm from New Jersey, and I was convicted of conspiracy to sell narcotics and all this different type of stuff. So I was actually the leader of an $8.3 million drug ring. And I went to the feds and I did 10 years in the feds. I told myself during that bid that, this is not me, this is not who I was meant to be, and this is not how you remember me. So I began to take the personal development steps to transform and change my life. And these are the personal development steps that you're reading about now. So these steps are principles. Principles govern laws, and laws govern the universe. That's why they're able to help you refocus in your life, even though you're not physically confined. So all of us are imprisoned by something. We all have shackles on our life in something. That simply means that there's something that is restricting us from moving forward. Something that's restricting us from achieving our ultimate goal, our ultimate dream, our ultimate desire, having that relationship that we long for, being debt-free. Whatever it is, it's governed by principles. So what I do is help you, have self-reflection, right? And then have self-discipline. And then, all these different steps that are in the book, I don't want to give it away, right? That are in the book that help you in a comprehensive step-by-step way, move you from where you are to where you want to be. And that's what it's all about. And I had to learn some of these principles through dark times, through tough times, in the streets, doing negative things. But now, since I say it's transferable, I'm able to flip it and bounce it so that you can use it for the positive. Does that make sense? So that's how if you're in, and I talk to guys that are in prison and stuff like that, and I tell them, if you were a successful bank robber, if they convicted you as being a bank robber, what you are is an engineer. So you reverse engineered your way into the bank. And you may have got caught this time or twice, but you probably were successful 25 times before you got caught. So if you can identify with being an engineer, then what we can do is help you reverse engineer some goals to make your life be better for the positive. Does that make sense? So I get these guys to draw parallels. I get people who come into my gym. They may be lawyers, they may be doctors, they may be owners of businesses. I get them to focus on principles that ultimately basically takes them from where they are now to where they want to be. And if there's a guy that came to me when he owned 9 McDonald's when he first came to me, and now he owns 15, then it's because of these principles that he now takes and puts into play in his life, and it gets him free. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's deep. That's super duper deep. I hope y'all listen and pay attention out here. These are jewels right here that he's dropping. I want to get into some of these principles that you have in this book.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, because they are some major principles. Like I said, I'm only halfway through it. You have in this book what you call moment. What was it? A C
moment.
C moment.
That's a significant emotional event.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that C moment.
Okay, so significant emotional events are they're periods that take place in your life where you're kind of like punched in the face by life. You're kind of smacked in the face, and it's like a wake-up call, you know what I mean? And some people aren't using these moments to their advantage. They're not really being woke up by this stuff and let it propel them to the next level. So the moment they put the handcuffs on me, I had a C moment, and I said, this is not me, this is not who I was meant to be, and this is not how you remember me. For me, I had a big sign that flashed in front of my face, and it says, game over. It says now, if you want to be somebody different, you actually have a chance to. You have a chance to recreate your life. You have a chance to, redefine your life and redevelop who you want to be when you get that chance at another opportunity at redemption. And I spent those 10 years rebuilding myself, recreating myself, and remaking myself so that when I came out here, this would be the man that people will see and people will remember.
So you turn tragedy into triumph.
Without question, adversity into advantage. That's what we do.
Yeah, I like that. I think that's something that a lot of people can relate to. Because, just like you said, it's very relatable, whether you're on a lower scale in life or a higher scale in life. Like, we all have certain moments and certain goals. We're always trying to reach a little bit higher and a little bit higher. There's no time in your life where you say, well, okay, this is it. I'm where I want to be.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm definitely feeling
I like to use a saying where I say you either evolve or face extinction. See, everything in the universe is always constantly moving, and the universe doesn't tolerate anything that stands still. Right. So if you yourself find yourself stagnated for quite some time, then you are about to become extinct in whatever it is that you're doing. You got to move, because the universe don't tolerate that. Right. You got to keep moving. You got to keep evolving. You got to grow or go. You know what I'm saying? One of the two. You got to keep it moving.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Things that this your Adrian Irish all with on the scene crispy and clean.
It's your girl Stephanie here at Hard Press Studios.
What's good, man? It's your boy DJ Rio, man, and you're now tuned into GSO TV.
GSO TV.
Make sure you check us out twice a week.
2
days a week.
Saturdays at 5 and Tuesdays at 10.
You don't know how the things set already out there. Make sure you tell a friend to tune in.
Another interesting principle that you talked about in the book is self-reflection. And that's pretty deep, because I went through a process of self-reflection myself, and it really took me a long way. Can you expand a little bit on the self-reflection concept?
Yeah, man, listen, simple. If you don't know who you are, then people will tell you who you should be. I'm gonna say that again. If you don't know who you are, then people will tell you who you should be. You gotta constantly be looking at your life. You gotta say, where have I been? Where am I now? And where am I going? And if what you got going on isn't aligned with all those three things, then you got to do some deeper searching. Right. So I use Michael Jackson in the book. Okay. I said, I'm starting with the man in the mirror.
Man in the mirror.
I'm asking him to change his ways. No question could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make the change. So self-reflection means that if you want to change, right, then you want your circumstance to change, you want your crib to change, you want your bank account to change, then you got to fundamentally change as a person first in order for you to get a new house. You got to fundamentally change as a person first, right, before you have a new relationship. You got to fundamentally change as a person first before you become debt-free. It all starts with you. And what happened with me was I wasn't being me. I was being what the street said I was supposed to be. So the street said that you gotta, if you ain't got a Benz or if you ain't got a big car or if you ain't got a $20,000 watch, then you not the boss, or you not you're not that dude. Right. So now we running around with putting this Louis on this Gucci stuff and all that stuff, and we can't even shake dealing with these brands that don't give nothing about us, right? They don't give 1 or 2 red cents about us, and we giving all our paper to them just so that we can rock a label. So I see one of these rappers, a post the other day, I forgot who it was. They had this khaki suit on. I think it was a Burberry khaki suit or something like that. I forgot what it was, right? And I'm like, yo, my man want to wear a label so bad, but he's donning himself in prison garments just to rock a label. And since he got influence, how many other younger people is he going to influence just to rock a label that don't really care nothing about what he got going on? Right. So it's no social responsibility with these cats and their platform. So I get a little upset with it, but I understand. I chalk it up to just not being conscious. Right. You understand what I'm saying? But they affected a whole bunch more people where they're going to make a whole world and culture full of unconscious young people. You understand what I'm saying? So we got to come behind it with shows like this, with interviews like this, to let the people know that, yo, that unconsciousness is going to lead our people to perish. Yes. And if we don't tighten up with self-reflection, then we going to go down too. So what do I do now, dog? Look at me like I rock my own stuff. This is mine. This is mine. I don't care about Burberry. I don't care about Gucci. I don't care about Louis Vuitton. I'm actually rocking the same watch that I had when I was locked up. Right. Like, you got to understand that I'm not worried about, I tell you in the book that I used to have $20,000 watches for every day of the week. But this watch is from commissary. Yeah. This watch reminds me of the time, which is the most precious commodity out there, that's irrecoverable, that was taken from me, that I gave away, that I gave to the system. You understand what I'm saying? So now when I look at this and I wake up, yo, I gotta go. I'm trying to get my time. I'm trying to reinvest it the right way so I can get a compound interest coming back on this new time that I'm spending on it. You understand what I'm saying?
And it's interesting that you say that, because it seems like a lot of times today, a lot of our youth have to go through that like prison, or that C moment in order to grow into the person who, they want to be later on. But we try to stop that.
That's right.
We don't want them to have to go through that process to get to where
we just want to take this principle, understand it. So you got knowledge, understanding, and wisdom, right? Yeah. So if they take the information and then they understand it to a certain degree, then they can apply it and put it in play, and they can benefit from the fruit.
And not have to go through the downfall and
without question.
To the trial.
That's wisdom.
To get there.
That's real wisdom.
Absolutely. So a lot of what you say is relatable, like you said, through several different fields or avenues of life, which I can see you've turned it into AWOL. Let us know a little bit about AWOL, what you got going on.
All right, so AWOL, first of all, it stands for A Way of Life. And with if you take the word religion, right, and you look at a layman's term definition for it, is basically a way of life. And we do this religiously.
Right.
You know what I mean? So one day, my pop told me how you do anything is how you do everything. So now that means however you do something is your way of life. That's your religion. So you might come here every day and get to videoing. You might come here every day and get to shooting, right? That's your religion. You do it religiously. That's your way of life. You AWOL with it. You understand what I'm saying? And you gotta come with a certain standard, or else it ain't making the cut, right? And what we do is at AWOL is we set a standard from the mental, from the spiritual, from the emotional, from the physical, and we take this holistic approach to fitness, right? Because you got to be fit in all these realms of life, and we say, here's the standard. You know what I mean? If you ain't thinking like this, if you ain't talking like this, if you ain't walking like this, if you ain't working out like this, if you ain't eating like this, then you ain't AWOL. Then you ain't got integrity with it. Because how you do anything is how you do everything. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't expect to be like right now, I'm going to give you the best of everything I got. You know what I'm saying? Like 12 people might see it, 12,000 might see it, 12 million might see it, but they're going to get the same energy regardless. You understand what I'm saying? If I change one life, if one person get the principle, you know what I mean? If 12 people get the principle, if all 12 million get the principle, then I did what I had to do because I did it the way I normally do it. You understand what I'm saying? Energy is never lost, just transfer from person to person, place to place, thing to thing. And I'm bringing that same energy every single time.
Yes, sir. So there's a gym?
Yeah, it's the gym. Okay. This the gym downtown Greensboro. We got we situated right between the platforms of the Amtrak train and the freight train. So if you go to the train, where the train station at, the gym sits right up there on the platforms of the train tracks. You got one train track running this way, one train track running that way, and the gym sit right in the middle. It's raw too.
I'm gonna come check
you out. Yeah, you gotta come check. We getting it in. We got obstacle courses all around the gym. We got walls you climb up with ropes, all types of stuff. We just getting it in, man.
Yeah. Hey, I'm a pretty physical guy myself. Man, I usually go working out the Y.
Okay.
Downtown, 2 or 3 times a week. But I'm gonna have to come check you out.
Yeah, you gotta come check me out.
I need to, see where I'm at.
Yeah. You'll like it, man. You'll love it.
Absolutely, I'm sure I will. So, social media. It might be some people out there viewing it like, I'm liking what this cat says. I want to check out more what he's got going on. Where can they find you online?
Okay, so if you check me out on Instagram, it's IAM_coach. Lynch on Instagram. If you're looking for Facebook, it's I am Coach Lynch on Facebook. And you can catch me on any of those joints. You can find out what I'm doing. You can find out about the gym. You can find out about the supplements. You can find out about the speaking. You can find out about the books, whatever it is, clothes, whatever it is you're trying to get, man, we got it.
Okay, y'all be sure to check that out. He's doing a lot of things. He's sort of a philanthropist.
Yeah.
A jack of all trades.
Yeah, man.
But like you said, everything is.
I think I take them. I take the same principles wherever I go. Right. And in the streets, it was just like, yo, if you need it, I got it. Right. So when you talk about stuff like that, Nipsey Hussle talks about having a vertically integrated business. So everything in the industry that I'm involved in, I own. I have ownership in everything of that. So I'm the publisher of that book. And when it goes up to on the iTunes and all that stuff, I just use those platforms, but I published it on there. I went into the studio and I used all my people and my stuff. So nobody's making majority of the money off of me. I am making the majority of the money of every single thing. I own my gym. I own my supplement company. I'm not up here pushing Herbalife. I'm not up here pushing somebody else's stuff that gave me affiliate link to. Like, I will give you an affiliate link because I own my company. I can offer you 50, 60, 70% because I own my company. Right. So I teach ownership because I came up in the streets where you wasn't making no money if it wasn't your pack. Right. You wasn't making no money if it wasn't your block. You wasn't making no money if it wasn't your stuff. You know what I'm saying? So your crew. You got to get to the top of what you're doing, man. And I'm not giving away a piece of my. This comes from a gift that I possess. Now, if I possess a gift, ain't nobody else should be getting more off of this, get more profit off my gift than me. So you take these rappers that got a gift, but they giving it all away. They giving all their profits away to somebody else because they ain't get enough information to school them on themselves on the game to own their own stuff. And that's what Nipsey talking about. Nipsey says that Jay-Z, it has a vertically integrated business that owns everything from the bottom of the business all the way to the top. And when cats is streaming music on his title and stuff like that, now he gets majority of the money and he pays the other rappers because he understands how this works and how it's going to work on the next level, and he beats them to the spot now. And that's the stuff that I do. Like, if you figure, if you watch all the stuff that I'm doing, I own every single thing out there. That's it. I'm going to promote my own stuff. I'm not bringing in no promoters and none of that. I'm going to go get whoever I need. It's coming. It's going down.
And that's important, man. I'm telling you, you're throwing a lot out there, man. You're throwing a lot out there. I don't know if they're catching, they're soaking up everything, man. I wish we had more time, but I'm telling you, powerful stuff right there, powerful stuff.
Yeah, man. So Friday, I'm the keynote speaker at North Carolina A&T Middle College. To give a commencement speech coming from where I came from, like prison of prosperity. I ain't graduated nothing but from the school of Hard Knocks, where every day was college, man. You know what I mean? But these principles are key, and they're key for our youth. So the people recognize me as being able to deliver a message that can propel them into their future, that can prepare them for their future. And that's what it's all about when you're giving to these youngins. You got to prepare them for success, or else they're going to miss the opportunity. And that's what life is all about, man. And we coming every single day. Y'all just got to keep your eyes open, man, because you might miss it. You blink, you're going to miss me. I'm moving full speed ahead, man. I'm faster than a speeding bullet. Stronger than a locomotive, man. Something like Superman or Hulk or whatever, man.
I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you at all. So, as an author, who are some of your favorite authors?
Oh, man. Whew. This is a good question right here. I've read a lot of books, man. I've read a lot of books, but let's say one of the books that had a big influence on me was 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Stephen Covey. Very, very, very enlightening and empowering book. I get a lot of principles from there, and I kind of reteach them. I like one of the books that started me off on a great path with opening my mind was James Allen, As a Man Thinketh. That's old school. Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. Robert Greene, 48 Laws of Power. You talking about The Art of Seduction. Man,
the book that him and 50 did.
Man, the 50th Law. Yeah, I got all them books, and I study all them books. And man, I'm telling you, there's so much. There's so many books, man. man, I can't even attribute it to a list of 5 or 10, but man, if you gave me a piece of paper to write down about 50, I could really get right for you. I could give you a list. Matter of fact, you know what I can do? Maybe email you a list, and maybe you can attach it to the program some type of way where the people who are watching can get a glimpse of some of my reading library.
Definitely, man. You know, I tell people all the time, reading a book changed my life. You know what I'm saying? My mom always was an advocate, you know, trying to get me to read or whatnot, but I really didn't understand the importance of reading until I left college or decided to leave college. And the autobiography of Malcolm X really was just sort of opened me up because, well, I read it when I was in school, but just the fact that he became one of the greatest socio-political thinkers of our time while he was in prison, greater confinement. You know what I'm saying? I thought to myself, that's amazing. Definitely appreciate you coming out, man. We just getting just at the tip of the iceberg. You know, I wish we had more time, but you gonna come back on the show sometime, right?
Oh yeah, anytime. All you gotta do is hit me. I'm here.
Yeah, we definitely gotta have you back, man. Motivational speaker, author, fitness coach, lifestyle coach.
All that.
The man does it all. He's an entrepreneur. He's all about self-dependence, self-reliance. He's out here getting it. So if you're sleeping, hey, you better catch up. You better catch up. GSO TV, we want to thank all y'all for staying tuned and keeping us #1 on public access. We got more coming up for you. Y'all stay tuned. We out.
Just in case you can't see us on TV, y'all make sure y'all check us out on social media.
Yeah, hit that IG, man. GSO_television.
Facebook, GSO TV.
Or YouTube, GSO TV.
Have you seen this? Have you watched it? 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 GSO TV, GSO coming on twice a week. GSO hosted by JG.